Welcome back to 7-Minute Options. Let's take a quick look at a typical Facebook Iron Condor setup that worked somewhat well for me over the past year, and why I could open one today, but I won't open one today. So the way the setup usually works for me is I go 50 days to expiration, which in this case right now is the July expiration. You can see it's 49 days away, so it's perfect timing. And I go to the 25 delta short strikes. The closest one here is the 24 delta on the put side. I buy $5 wings. The closest one to the 25 delta is here, the 23 delta on the call side. Buy $5 wings. I could be collecting $187 in credit, which interestingly enough is a little bit more than 1/3 of the $5 risk. So from that perspective, it's a good setup. The reason why I'm not terribly excited about it and why I won't do it is because the volatility is really low. You can see volatility has been just choppy on Facebook, but for some reason right now it's quite low today, and volatility has dropped quite far. I don't think it's going to drop any further. Also, the RSI is quite high, indicating that it maybe shot up a little bit too high too fast, and there's going to be a bigger movement coming up. But the RSI in this case doesn't worry me too much. It's the volatility. I'm just not getting as much money as I would like to. But let's say if I got more than $200 for this, I would sell it, and I would only aim to collect 25%. Right? So typically I like to go like 40 days to expiration, but in this case I'll go 50 days to expiration, but I'm only going to collect 25%. And why is that? It's because the farther I go out in time, the lower the gamma is. So looking at how gamma affects the trades, basically the ideal that I'm shooting for is I want to come in every day, and I don't want to see big volatility here in my daily P&L. I don't want my daily P&L to like be plus $800 one day and minus $800 the other day. I'd rather just have it like be a steady 30-40. So right now my portfolio theta is 25. Ideally, I would like to get my portfolio delta to 0, in which case it would be perfectly balanced, but it's very hard to keep it at 0. So right now it got away from me a little bit, and I have some wonky positions that have pushed this quite high, actually, further away from 0 than I'd like to be, and we'll get to that in a different episode. But if you look at the 0 expiration one, there's a weekly one that's expiring today, and you can see for things that are near the money, the gamma is very high. Remember, gamma is how much delta moves if the underlying moves $1, right? So as Facebook moves up $1 or down $1, like look, today it's down $2, right? As it moves down $1, moves up $1 in its day-to-day movements, the closer you get to expiration, the crazier the gamma is, which means these options are going to move in price very rapidly, right? So this delta can go from a 65 to an 88 to a 90, or 65 down to a 40 or 30 with just $1 change, right? This thing can move like 25, 30 deltas if Facebook changes $1, and that can wreak havoc on how quickly your daily P&L goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down. Whereas if I go look at like 50 days out, look at the gamma, it's a penny. In other words, if this is a 53 delta, Facebook moves $1 up, Facebook moves $1 down, it's just going to go between like 52 delta or 51 delta or whatever, like 54. It's not going to move a whole lot, which means, yes, the price will move, but it's not going to move that dramatically. And it's not going to, the movement is not going to start accelerating. So the daily swings in your account are not going to be that much. So this will keep your daily swings under control. But getting back to the Facebook position, just not seeing a lot of volatility in there today, so I'm not going to set up that Iron Condor. I'm going to wait next month. By the way, I have other similar setups in Facebook that usually expire 40 days out, where I try to aim like 50%. I try to go for 50% of the premium. And yeah, that one tends to be a little bit more volatile, but I follow the taste of trade method there, where they like to sell Iron Condors 40 to 45 days out, manage it at around 29, 30 days out, and close it at 20 days to go. And that seems to have gone really well for me, but I got to wait another week before I can put on 40 days to expiration type positions. This one for Facebook has worked for me in the past. I'm not going to put it on today, but who knows? Let's check back in another month from now when the August expiration is going to be 50 days away, and see how the numbers look there. All right.